Hey, hope you're doing well tonight. I sure am. I'm heading home. I just got done working. I did 4 meetings today, 2 of which were interviews. One person, definitely good candidate. Another person, not so much. And I want to talk about something that I kind of just picked up on. I was actually reading about it last night, and then I just observed it today during this interview. So I remember when I was little, I would do stuff to my brothers, right? I grew up with 2 brothers. Hey, and if you're just tuning in real quick, I want to introduce myself. If you already know me, we need to talk more. I'm Jerry. If you don't know me, I'm Jerry. I own WealthX. My company helps our clients make money, keep money, and multiply money. And I want to talk to you guys today about not being apologetic. And there's so many different facets of this. There's so many different ways this can be applied. I remember, though, when I was a kid, growing up, I had two brothers. I had an older brother. I still have brothers. I have an older brother and a younger brother that I grew up with. And we were all like 18 months apart, right? And so I remember like I would do stuff to, especially my younger brother, Zach. I was kind of an a-hole to him when I was little, right? I would do stuff to Zach and I would pick on him. And I would get in trouble. And my mom would be like, hey, you need to go apologize to your brother, right? I remember on one specific occasion, he got this porcelain baby doll for Christmas. He was probably like 2 or 3. He didn't know dolls were for girls yet, right? So he gets a porcelain baby doll for Christmas, and I took his doll, I put it into the toilet, I went number 1 and number 2 on it, and then I threw it over the fence at the neighbor kids, and I remember I got caught, and my mom was like, you need to go apologize, right? And so I would always go apologize because I had to, but dude, the next day, or not even the next day, sometimes minutes later, I would go right back and do the same thing. Or I would do something different, right? And so if you guys grew up with brothers or siblings, you probably know that. And so my video today is about don't apologize. So I had an interview this afternoon with a guy, and he was late. First of all, he was late, but he got on the interview, and you know, you could tell he was trying to qualify whether it was right for him. You know, first 5 minutes, we don't know jack about each other, right? And he's already trying to qualify, and he starts apologizing. I'm sorry I'm late, I'm sorry I'm late, I'm sorry I'm late. And in the middle, he actually cuts me off, right? Cuts me off from talking, and he says, hey, you look like you have a lot of big people to be working with. I don't want to waste your time. I'm sorry. If you need to go, you can. Right? I never told him he was wasting my time. I didn't give that impression. You know, I was asking questions, trying to, you know, find out if it was a fit to work together. And he got extremely just apologetic. I'm sorry. You know, I don't want to waste your time. You can go. I don't need to, you know, bother you, etc. All of this stuff. In the middle of an interview, like imagine, right? Imagine you're hiring someone and they come in and start doing that. Okay? The reason I don't want you to apologize is because apologize literally means defend. Okay? Apologize doesn't mean you change. Apologize doesn't mean you feel remorse. Apologize doesn't mean you even feel sympathy, which I don't think sympathy is a good thing to feel either. It just means defend. Okay? Apologize literally means to justify. And so this guy, he's not making enough income. The job he has, he doesn't like it. He doesn't know what he wants to do. He doesn't have goals. And he's apologizing, and the reason he's apologizing is because he could sense I'm a person that can cause change in his life. And he's not ready for change. And so he's apologizing and defending. He's defending because he sees the threat of imposed change where he does not want change. Okay? And so most of the time with apologizing, we're actually excusing ourselves. We're not actually saying, I wish that I didn't do what I did to you, right? We're actually excusing ourselves. We're apologizing and saying, hey, my mistake. And it really is a way to defend and protect so that we don't have to change. Okay? So we've grown up in this culture, and this is something that I've been observing for years now. We've grown up in this culture where we consider ourselves an inconvenience to other people and to other things and other groups. And we do it all in the false valence of this thing called humility, right? So I'm here to tell you that humility is not ridiculing yourself. Humility is not belittling yourself. Humility is not lying, okay? If you're good at something, if you're a badass and someone asks you about it and you don't straight up tell them, yes, I'm a badass, like if that's a true statement and they're asking you about it and instead you downplay it, oh no, I'm all right. I believe you just lied. Okay? The humility is not being dishonest. Humility is not being a liar. Okay? Humility has nothing to do with all of this stuff, but it's this apologetic attitude that we get taught and grow up with. And so we're always excusing ourselves. We're always trying not to be in someone else's way. We're always trying to do all this stuff, but the reality is we're not doing it for their benefit. We're not doing it to protect them. We're actually doing it to defend ourselves. Because if I'm always insignificant, I can justify why I don't do the great things that I should be doing with my life. If I view myself as insignificant and an inconvenience, then I don't have to face the fact that I should be out there earning a big income. I should be out there helping people. I should be physically fit. My family should have a better life than they have. All of the things that I could be doing that are my potential, I don't have to face those things if I'm just an inconvenience and I just apologize and defend myself. Okay, so that's what I want to share today. Don't apologize. Okay, if you actually did something that you shouldn't have done, the correct response is not to use words. The correct response is to use actions and go fix it. Don't apologize. It doesn't mean anything. Okay, the reality that we don't get taught is that words represent actions. Every single word out there represents an action. A word by itself is meaningless. It's arbitrary, right? It's just noises that somebody decided to formulate with their mouth, and they use those noises to make sense of the environment around them and communicate that environment to other people. But they're not real. Like, words aren't an actual thing, right? I use my dog as an example of this. Samson, when I give him a treat, he gets pumped, right? And I'll use the word treat. And so now when I say treat, he gets excited. It's not because treat actually means something, and even if treat did mean something, he doesn't know what it means. But he knows that there is an action associated with the word treat, and he likes that action. Okay? So apologizing is just like telling Samson you're going to give him a treat, and you may or may not give him a treat, right? But the difference is that apologizing is not something that benefits other people. We do it to benefit ourselves. And really, it's a covert action of treason against ourselves to justify and defend our current position. So, don't apologize. If I catch you apologizing, I'm going to tell you to knock that crap off. And if you're interviewing, dude, show up on time, right? If you can't show up on time, what can you do? I don't need you to be early. I don't need you to be the 5 minutes early guy. I don't think 5 minutes early is late. I think 5 minutes early is 5 minutes early. And it tells me that you can't get there on time either. So you don't get a button or a star. Show up on time for an interview. Okay? Hey, if you're just tuning in, I want you to share this. If it inspires you, please like it. Go ahead and comment. If you disagree with me, I know not everyone's going to agree with me, but dude, don't be covert about it. Disagree. Let's have a dialogue. Put it in the comments. Hey, Jerry, I don't agree with you. But don't sit there and fester and, get angry and Facebook stalk and just let it build up. Get it out there, dude. Communicate. That's what life's about, communicating with other people. So, like I said, if you like this, please like it. And if you like it, you might as well use the same effort it took you to like it to share the video too. My mission in life is to empower millions of leaders to own their God-given ultimate potential. I don't believe you can do that. I don't believe you can own your potential if you're not financially free in today's day and age. And financially free, it could mean that someone pays your way. I really believe most of us want to pay our own way, though. So even if you're a missionary, someone's got to cover your bills. If you want to donate time, someone's got to cover your bills. And I think a lot of us would like to do things that we don't have to ask for payment for. And we also want to be able to pay our own way when we do that, so that we're not a cost or a burden to somebody else. So that's what I help people do, right? I help them make more money. You have to have income. You have to, right? Without money, you can learn how to budget, you can learn how to pay off debt, all that great stuff. But if you don't have income, none of it matters. The rubber just doesn't hit the road, right? You need to be able to keep money. Okay, that's the second thing. Make it, but then keep it. That's where a lot of us that do make money struggle, right? You earn a high income, but you're broke. That shouldn't happen either. And then finally, you got to be able to multiply it. And this is where the 1% separate themselves from the other 99%. They have the sequence of they can make it, they know how to keep it, and then they know how to multiply it. And I do all those things, okay? And my focus is to help people own their potential. So if you're watching this, please share it. I do regular videos. You guys know I grew up here right in Alaska. I'm just a normal guy. I'm out here chasing my dreams, doing things that matter, learning, growing. And so I share all this stuff with you guys. It's not BS. I don't fluff it up. I give you the honest truth. I share real things with you. I share what I'm learning and how I can help. So, hey, if you can help other people, I want you to post in the comments as well. Don't apologize for yourself if you're in business. If you sell a product or service, use my stuff to be vocal about that. I want to hear about your doTERRA. I want to hear about your Amway. I want to hear about all your stuff, anything that you're doing to better your life and the lives of others. Don't apologize for that, okay? Be proud of it. Share it with others. People need to hear about it. You can help someone. That's great. Hey, have a great night. I'm going to sign off. I can ramble, and I'm not going to do that to you tonight. Maybe another night, but I ain't going to do that to you tonight. I'll talk to you guys next time.